Sup Starshines, I'm Sylvia-Moonbeam. Today we're taking a look at yet another Transformers figure. Today we're looking at War for Cybertron, but instead of Siege, we are looking at Earthrise Wheeljack. I mentioned Wheeljack in a couple previous videos. Wheeljack is essentially kind of like the mad scientist, Q inventor of the Autobot army, or Autobot battalion. I'm not exactly sure on the cohesive term for Autobots, but I'm actually really looking forward to this, so let's get it open and see what we got. Here is Wheeljack straight out of the package. He's pretty good. Articulation in the legs and the arms is fairly standard. It appears the head is on a ball joint, though it doesn't tilt up and down very much, though again it can get a full 360 degrees, which is nice. In fact, if you turn the head around, because the head is so similar, it actually looks like you trade out the eyes for a little mouth. Hello. This figure technically comes with 3 accessories, 2 of which are these little wings on his back. These are mostly just made to make the car spoiler, however they can untab. They're on 5mm tabs and can attach anywhere you want, such as on the upper arms for a little bit of extra armor. You could attach it on the lower arms for maybe some tonfas, or maybe you just want to have it, I don't know, in the hands to be like a makeshift, I don't know, maybe your Wheeljack is serving Cybertronian pizza. I don't know. It's your toy. You do with it what you want. Wheeljack also has this little gun, and this may be the smallest accessory I have seen come with a Transformers figure. It is smaller than a Headmaster, though it itself is about the same size as Wheeljack's head. It's got a 5mm peg, so you can hold it in a hand, as well as a tab, so you can plug it into his shoulder, though plugging it into the shoulder is very tight. There's also another little tab on the back, though I haven't yet figured out what that's for, but it could just be to plug in other 5mm port weapons. My Wheeljack is a pretty good specimen. Painting is really good. There's only a couple little places where it's not exactly perfect. Mine in particular has an issue with the knee joints being a little bit looser than the hips. So if I want to adjust my angle, it has a tendency to bend the knees rather than the hips, which does make posing for mine a little difficult, though again, your results may vary depending on the quality control of your figure. Paint scheme is really nice. We've got classic white and black. We've got red and green stripes evoking kind of this sports car. It doesn't show it here on camera, but the green is a lot less vibrant than I expected. It's more of a forest green. And even in the packaging, it looked a little bit more vibrant. So I'm wondering if maybe that's just because of the type of paint they used. This Wheeljack's green is a little bit darker than I expected, but he still looks great. For comparison, here is Wheeljack with Siege Hound, Power of the Prime's Jazz, Fellow Scientist Titans Return Chrome Dome, Fellow Scientist Titans Return Brainstorm, and of course the big boss man himself, Siege Optimus Prime. In car mode, Wheeljack is really solid. The racing, mine doesn't perfectly fold up, I've got a little bit of groove there, but the racing stripes line up really well. It does roll, though mine, I guess my tires have a little, maybe too much friction. They don't roll enough. But like on like a carpet or something, I can feel it rolling, like on my arm and things. One really weird thing is nowhere in the instructions does it say what Wheeljack's weapon is. Also, because of how you end up folding it up, you end up with a lot of these ports, the hands and many 5mm ports folded up, meaning you can either put it right on top or in the back if you want weapon storage. I was not expecting the little front parts of the windshield to come out of the legs. That was kind of a surprise during transformation, but other than that, this is a fairly straightforward transformation. And like I mentioned before, you can customize it a little bit by taking these panels and, say, putting it on the back. Now you can still have that bar, but you open up a couple more ports for more weapons and stuff. Another really interesting fact is that the hard points, those little points for attaching effects parts to, are pretty much all in the robot mode. There's one on the shoulder, there's one on our wrist, and I think a thigh, and those are all folded up and away, so you can't really put effects parts on the car mode unless you stick one right in the back, like it's going like. For comparison, here we have, once again, Siege Hound, Power of the Primes, Jazz, Fellow Scientist, Titan's Return Chrome Dome, Fellow Scientist, Titan's Return Brainstorm, and of course, Siege Prime. Overall, this figure scales fairly well to other deluxe class, warrior class figures. I definitely believe that they're getting a lot better in recent years with scaling. With, Power of the Primes and that whole era, there was a weird scaling thing where it's like, oh yeah, you've got a spaceship and a spaceship and a car that are both deluxe classes. Honestly, I think Wheeljack is a really solid figure. Worth picking up if you're interested. I like him, and honestly, I am absolutely just tickled that I now have all three of the main Autobot scientists. The only one I'm missing is Rung, and Rung is really hard to find. Darn you, Battle Masters! This has been my review for Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Deluxe Class Wheeljack. That is such a mouthful of a line. Goodness gracious, late Cretaceous. If you liked this video, give a lunar laser like below, and if you want to see more content like this, hit that star shine subscribe and smash the moonbeam bell. And well, I'll get more videos to you soon. Until next time, I've been Sylvia-Moonbeam, and this is a good figure. Thanks for watching. So I don't know how well it'll show up on camera, but my girlfriend actually got me some Decepticon earrings, which is actually my second pair of earrings, my first pair being my starter pair. So I'm very excited. And I'm not sure how well these will show up on camera, but I got these little Decepticon badges. And that's really cool. I love it.